Well, the president says Obamacare will be seen in 10 years as a monumental achievement. There's some new questions this morning about its costs and the effect on our economy. The Investor's Business Daily reports lagging signups threaten the state exchanges and the price tag has soared. The actual cost to set up the state-run exchange for each person enrolled in Hawaii, for example, is more than $56,000 a person. Look at Washington, D.C., more than $26,000. In Massachusetts, more than $22,000 each person. Right now, the national average just under $2,000. Supporters say that means Obamacare will eventually help the economy. But others argue the exchanges will face deficits and not enough people are signing up. Which is it? Republican Congressman Robert Pittenger of North Carolina joins us now. He's a member of the House Financial Services Committee, and he is in Sarasota, Florida. Congressman, welcome.
Good afternoon to you.
Well, you know, the White House says the numbers that they want to try to reach this month are there. They say in time Obamacare will work. Do you agree?
Well, the staggering numbers that you just listed, they haven't been able to reach their objective. They need 7 million people by the end of March. They're at less than 3.3 million people now. This lack of number of people who are signing up is going to create an unbalanced risk pool. The actuarials will not work. If they don't work, well, what happens? There are losses incurred by the underwriters. In the law, it's written in there that the American people, yes, the American taxpayer, will make up that difference. It's called a risk pool corridor. And those losses sustained by the failure of this plan will be the responsibility of the American people.
Did they design it that way to spread out the cost to taxpayers?
It wasn't intended, but they made the American taxpayer culpable for having to be there and support this failed system. You know, the CBO just came out and said that there's 2.3 million job losses over the next decade. What does that tell you? It tells you that this system, designed to create jobs, Nancy Pelosi said it would create 4 million jobs, 400,000 jobs almost immediately. Now we're telling us we're going to lose jobs because people are disincentivized to work. They don't want to go work because they lose part of their subsidy. This is a failure. Nancy Pelosi says, my goodness, this is wonderful. This is great for the American people. They can go pursue their passion, their dreams, and be a painter. This is lipstick on a pig. This is hurting our economy. This is hurting business. This is hurting jobs, hurting people to build their lives.
But, you know, the supporters say, Congressman, excuse me for interrupting, that no, that's not job losses or cuts. That it means that people then, you know, won't have to work to get health care.
Well, people need to work. Our economy needs it. Who's going to make up that difference for the loss of jobs? Yes, it's an ordinary American taxpayer who will make up the difference. That cost will come out of his weekly or his bi-monthly paycheck. The very people that they espouse to represent the middle class America, those are the ones who are going to have to pay the difference.
Well, meanwhile,
we do not have a plan that is going to sustain itself.
Meanwhile, they've got, what, about 6 weeks to go. Let's take a look at some of these numbers. As you said, 3.3 million have signed up so far. They need 7 million by the end of next month. So by March 31st, they need to more than double the numbers so far. Do you think they'll get that? And Congressman, do you think they'll get the right people? They say, what, about half? More than half are over 45 years old. They need more younger people to make this thing work.
Well, they need 40% to be younger people. Younger people by nature believe that they're invincible, particularly when you have a plan that says if you have a pre-existing condition, that's when you can buy into the plan. So it's not a good model to begin with. So there's an all-out effort and campaign right now to make this plan so it's sustainable. You need to have a balanced risk pool. You need to have actuarials that really work. And if they don't work, then again, the American people are coming in to pay up that shortfall.
So bottom line, finally, what do you think is going to happen? I mean, how will this work? What do you see for the future? And in terms of our health care, for us being covered, I know someone said their insurance rate went up 3 times. Someone else was waiting for a shot, a cortisone shot for 3 days when in their old insurance company said they just, you know, make the call and like that they get approval.
Well, it's a boondoggle. Max Baucus, Chairman of the Finance Committee in the Senate, Democrat, said it was a train wreck. And that's what we have. American Republicans have an alternative plan. We believe in a market-driven approach. We believe that we can have a plan that is between the patient and its physician. It is competitive between companies across state lines. It does cover a risk pool for those with a pre-existing condition. At the same time, it addresses the unwarranted litigation by attorneys who seek to pursue this for their own interest. 30% of the tests performed by physicians today are done to protect themselves from litigation. We need a market-driven approach. A centralized planning has never worked. It's not working now. And that's why Republicans, again, will come forth with an alternative plan.
Well, the Democrats and the White House says that it will work, and they say it's supporting it, and all systems go. So we'll see how it shakes out. Congressman Robert Pittenger.
The numbers aren't working for them.
All right. Thank you, Congressman. Thank you very much, as always.